So if you're an entrepreneur, a coach, a trainer, a professional wanting to become an entrepreneur soon, then this is for you. Guys, my name is Neeraj Kapoor from Startup Business Academy, and here we are discussing the 5 secrets that can make you successful in today's times, the unprecedented times that the world is seeing all across the globe. So whether you are in US, in Canada, in India, or in Australia, this is for you if you want to know those 5 things which you need to adopt right now to become successful, get back on the growth chart. So we have someone very special tonight, and he is someone who has been there in the industry for over 35 years. He has been there, done that. It's seen it all. Like he has seen the pre-liberalization era, the license Raj. He has seen the globalization waves hitting India. He has seen everything which you and me can think of and more. Like some of you may were not even there in the world when he started his career. So let me bring him onto the stage right now. He is none other than Achyut Menon, based out of Hyderabad, having worked with some over 500 companies in 61 countries. And he's here with us tonight. So let us welcome him. So welcome Achyut. And he is with us today, a great friend of mine, Mr. Menon. So AK, we are glad to have you over here. Thank you so much for joining in. And like really speaking, I would get straight into the questions with you. So you are someone who has been there, done that with more than 36 years in the industry. What is the new economy that we are all talking about? Like how India has changed, the world has changed, and what is the world that we are living in right now, according to you?
Hey, thank you, Neeraj, for this opportunity. It's wonderful.
Pleasure.
Yeah, pleasure talking to you and understanding. Yeah, coming to the world, we are probably amidst the most disruptive of decades the world has ever seen. Last 20 years, all across the world, thanks to rapid technology changes and globalization, companies and business models have been changing. And I would even say that the last 1 year that we've seen this COVID, it has been a very big eye opener. No matter where you are in this world, no matter you're an individual or a company or a country, it's been a level playing ground. We've all been kind of figured out that what is essential for us and what is not essential for us.
Absolutely.
And I've realized that now with technology and finance being equally available for everybody across the world, the quality of the human capital is going to differentiate between good companies and great companies. If earlier people used to go where talent used to go where the opportunities was, today, thanks to work from home and technology, opportunities will come where the talent is. So I think India is very well poised presently for taking off for the next decade or two.
Fantastic. So whether you are in India, whether you are abroad, whether you are a businessman, whether you are an entrepreneur, whether you are a professional, it is most important now to actually be alive and take some critical actions to move forward. So what are those 5 things that you would like to share with us that we need to be alive to be really creating some breakthroughs in the world that we are living in?
Yeah. So coming back to the same thing, if in the past we could have some crutches in terms of government or infrastructure, all that, I think all those stories are as good as BS right now. Okay. Today, each one of us is globally connected, and so we have no choice but to be the best in our profession and whatever we do. So we have to
Yeah.
be the best of our best version of ourselves. There's no choice. So I personally feel if we're looking at top 5 things, number one has to reinvent ourselves, keeping in term the kind of changes are happening. Then we are amidst a very VUCA world, vulnerable, okay, uncertain, complex, ambiguous world, and everybody is going through the same stimulus. So how we're going to reinvent ourselves is going to be very important. Like there's a story that it's. I mean, if in the past you talked about the mightiest were the people who are the strongest or whatever, today the person who is fastest to adapt is going to be the person who's going to take
Perfect.
off. So I think the first and foremost, we need to be reinventing ourselves. Second is I think we should be looking at being able to predict what the future is, because a whole lot of things are rapidly changing. And as you see, I mean, we can see it all around our lives. I mean, be it the Swiggies or the Airbnbs, the consumer habits have changed because of the information that is being shared across the world. So as the aspirations change, the people's habits are going to change. And so that's an opportunity as well as a threat for every business. We just can't continue to behave the way what brought us till here will never guarantee a future. So number two, we'll have to predict how the future is going to become. And number three, I think there's no shortcut, but we have to act. Okay, we have to be the person who is going to leverage on these kind of changes which are happening. And if you were to kind of uh, ask me what kind of
Yeah, what kind of
two
actions,
more points is
when you say ready to act, what kind of actions are we talking about? Because people today I see, watching YouTube videos, attending webinars by the dozen. Does it really work? That's the
see,
question.
I would feel we can easily learn from the best sports people. You take the tennis players, okay?
Yeah.
Now, even the best, be it Rafael or
Sachin
Federer,
Tendulkar or any
all of
Saurav
them have
Ganguly.
always had coaches or mentors.
Yeah.
Even though they were the best in their field, they needed to get better, and there was no choice in terms of when you can see the best in the world, depending on just to become better, engage the right guidance or the right mentors. I think there's no excuse for all of us, professionals or businessmen. We need to be operating at our best. So therefore, we need to take the guidance and mentorships of other people who've been there, done that, and there is very little margin for error. You just can't.
Absolutely.
So that's the fourth point, if I were to say. And finally, there's never an assured kind of a result for any of the kind of efforts we put. So we need to be willing to follow up and pursue it, and be perfect. So I think if you were to look at the 5 points which you want to tell me, one is reinvent,
Yeah.
second is predict, third is take action, fourth, I would advise everybody to have a mentor or a guide, and five, be willing to strive and follow through, and a no nonsense kind of an approach.
Absolutely. I
I hope I answered the kind of things. Yeah.
absolutely so wonderfully, like spot on, like you just put the on the nail on the head. Like this is so very important. Like I can share it across with you, and I have no qualms in sharing that. After working for 18 years, when I started my entrepreneurship venture, and this was about 10 years ago, and the environment was very different then. It was much less volatile than what it is now. I was struggling. I was struggling to make my business run. Why? Because even though I knew the various pieces in the puzzle, I was not able to put the puzzle together. And then, after struggling for 2.5 years, I realized what I was missing was someone who could mentor me, who could coach me, and put the puzzle together. And the moment I did it, like AK, I must share it with you. The business turned around like magic. And that day I realized, how stupid I was, wasting my precious time and money. And I was going through so much of pain and the trauma. Had I just taken that one thing forward, and had got the coach from the day one, and things could have been very different. So uh, I have been in this domain for about 10 years, and this happened to me about 4 years ago as well. Like something happened. I actually saw a lot of people wanting to start their own businesses, like people coming down from US and starting to take up jobs in India. Then some of them in Indian format, like people, professionals who are starting their own businesses. More importantly, there are some businessmen who want to really take their brands, make it big. And they were making exactly the same mistakes that I was making 10 years ago. And looking at
Absolutely.
this, my actually my heart pained. I saw, they are going to go through the same shit that I was in. And can I help them? So asking this question, I thought might as well do something. Can I stand for them? And this actually prompted us to take the mentorship and take the role of Startup Business Academy. So I'm glad that you shared that, it is not just intelligence, it is not just knowledge, it is also who is supporting you on your journey, and that makes a very critical difference. Absolutely right. And
In
of
fact,
course,
I think I fully agree with you, and I think it's been a mindset that we used to have. So remember, go back to our childhood. We thought that tuition was only for people who
I
were
know,
weak.
I
It's
know.
only those students who kept failing by getting tuition.
Correct.
But if you look at the kind of uh, attitude today, because the kind of competition is so
Mm,
much
mm.
that even the best students
Yeah,
need top end coaching
coaching.
and the thing.
Yeah,
So if you look at the Akashas and the quota kind of industries,
correct.
the whole idea is to take the brightest and then give them the best kind of inputs so that they can get better. So I
Perfect.
think the mindset has changed from the past. Earlier tuition was only for the weak students, but now with the kind of it's a global in the no, world, and so
Mm.
if earlier we used to be worried about working on our weaknesses, today we need a person who can work on our strengths and
Perfectly said.
make the best of ourselves. And I must
Perfectly.
tell you, I mean, you've also been a very big influencer as far as my career is concerned, because just to give you context, right, I've been hiring now for 28 years, and I've been in the
Hmm.
recruitment industry where I've seen significant changes, because now everybody is familiar with social media and Google and LinkedIn. I began my recruitment career when there was no internet, there was no mobile phone, there was no email. And from there,
I know.
I've had to, every 5 years, I had to reinvent myself to just stay relevant and then get ahead. So the passion for me was essentially to help other people find their calling.
Correct.
And so I've been, and as a global HR consultant, I've been having a good view of both the supply and the demand side. And last year, I must say that I decided to get into coaching. I decided to getting into coaching of NRIs, because most of the Indians who have gone abroad have been away from India for the last 15, 20 years, and they needed some kind of a hand holding. And
Yeah.
I've been providing my insights. Same stake, I've been part of the ecosystem. And I must admit here, Neeraj, just one session with you,
Mhm.
and you know unlock certain mindsets which I had, and believe me, I could convert my offerings
Mhm.
to my NRI clients. I think I would not hesitate to say, within that just one call, I could explain to them the value that I could bring in,
Yeah.
and I kind of um, I changed my pricing. I mean, it's like this
Oh,
3x.
really?
It was
Congratulations,
I was
man.
able to provide a 3x kind of a thing. It is because
Yeah.
I grew up with the mindset about the price, whereas
Correct.
one call with you, and I could understand the value that I can
True.
provide, the
Perfect.
value of move of all these NRIs making the move to India confidently with peace of mind. Now that is priceless. And so
Absolutely.
immediately one call with you, I would endorse
Thank you
not
so
only
much.
Neeraj to other people, but I'm telling you, each one
Yeah.
of us, irrespective of our age or status, we need to
Mhm.
have that extra mentorship and guidance which will take us to the next level.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much, Achyut, for sharing that. And I am blessed to have great friends and people around me who keep me in that zone. So I have my gurus, I have my coaches, and it is like the guru parampara. So all that I can say is that nothing that I did, no credits to me. It is to my gurus, to my coaches. So thank you so much, first of all, for acknowledging that. And that is
Absolutely.
exactly what we need. Like when we stand for the humanity, like what you shared is so profound, that when there were no telephones, there were no fax machines, and then that time you started your stuff, and you have been committed to make a meaningful difference in the lives of people, getting people the right options, getting companies to hire the right talent, and getting the right talent to find the right company. It's such an important thing. And in the zone that we live in today, it has become such so much more important. So if someone who is staying abroad, let's say, like guys, if you are watching this interview, any part of the world, and if you like they want to reach out to you, Achyut, like what is that they need to do? Do you have an email, or do you have a website where they can reach out to you?
Yeah, sure. So thankfully today everybody is Googleable. So
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
I would advise listeners to Google for Achyut Menon. It's Achyut
Okay.
Menon, and I'm fairly active on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. In fact, I've been an early adapter for social media. I must confess that social media has been a great window to my learning,
Mm.
and therefore, for the last 15 years, I used to write blog. So, because of the blogs, I've been able to share my insights of these last 25 years of how I've seen the industry change. So, thanks to technology, I've been Googleable. So, just Google for achyutmenon.com,
Sure,
and
absolutely wonderful.
it's my
So
business to be found, to be accessible. My
in fact,
telephone number, email ID, everything is there.
awesome, awesome. In fact, what I would do is, guys, if you are watching this interview on a recorded format, just click on the link below, and there will be a form that will be available. And I would be happy to create a landing page which directly leads to Achyut. So no fuss, you can reach out to us, and then we can make these things happen. So this is something which I have been doing it for many entrepreneurs. And Achyut, I am on a mission to enable 50 million entrepreneurs find their true calling, manifest their dreams into reality with ease, grace, freedom, and charm, and across 50 countries. So that is where I am operating, and I am glad to share with you that we are already in 7 countries right now. So
Fantastic.
one of the experiences that I had just a couple of weeks back, I was having this 2 day boot camp, and we were having this intensive boot camp starting at 8:30 in the morning and going till 5:30 in the evening. And this is like going on for hours with some couple of small breaks. And I was surprised and I was blessed to see people from US attending it, people from Hong Kong attending it. And the beauty was, in the US it was night time, and
I,
the participants remained awake for 2 nights. I thought I'm not the only one when I am participating in the Tony Robbins workshops who is awake through the night, because he does the workshops in US timings.
true.
And I thought I am the only that crazy guy who is wanting to be awake, spending that 25-30 lakh rupees learning from all these American guys. But I was actually happy to see there are people who are willing to be awake even in US.
True.
And when I did that, I was actually, it was a realization moment. So what I have done now is I have actually changed the format. I have created, instead of a 2 day intensive, I've created a 7 day business growth challenge, wherein
Fantastic.
people from all over the world can participate, and it is completely for free. And
Wow.
this is like in any time zone you are, we'll be doing it in such a way that whatever time zone, it will work for you. And for about an hour and a half, we'll be having some great discussions, the exact step by step process to scale up your business from wherever you are to a super profitable brand. And anybody can have a business, but brands are really created. Business is
Absolutely.
what business is, anybody can do it. Like even a thelewala on the roadside selling sandwiches is having a business. So he's a businessman to that extent. But
Absolutely.
does he have a brand? The answer is no. So that is what the whole context of creating those business growth, challenge. And I would be actually happy to see you, your friends out there participating, and let's see, how we can create the value out here in the world that we are living in.
Absolutely. I mean, I think the timing is absolutely right, Neeraj, because I mean, I've been just in the industry for the last 35 years. I've noticed that the best jobs, I mean, in the context of jobs, but I'll also, the best jobs never go to the best person,
Mm,
but the right person at the right time. And
perfect.
so today, it's all your network.
Absolutely.
Your network is truly your net worth.
Yes.
So, so I personally benefited from being अच्छे लोगों की संगत जीना है. That's the
बिल्कुल सही
key
बात.
issue.
बिल्कुल,
Okay,
बिल्कुल सही बात.
that's the key. So if you are part of the right community, together we all can grow together. And I think uh, your mission is very, very noble. And with the thing that you already covered 7 countries and just another 50 to go, I'm sure it's only a matter of time when
Yeah,
you touch so many
we are we
lives.
are like we are so excited. Like honestly, things are really changing so fast and moving so fast. I am I am so glad that people are responding. Startup Business Academy work is growing, and the beauty is that people are getting results in the real time, just like the way you said it.
Right.
You got that result. People are getting results in real time. So let's keep the right energies on. Thank you so much, Achyut, for being here with us.
Thank you for the
And
opportunity.
I would really love people, whichever part of the world you are in, whether you are a businessman, entrepreneur, professional, if you are someone who is really stressed out for any reason, whether it is for professional reason, personal reasons, make sure that you speak to someone in your trusted network. Find someone whom you can empty yourself out, because I see a lot of people who are getting stressed out. They are becoming like the coolies and the porters at Dadar railway station. Like so much of stress sometimes. In fact, I have seen this. It just happened this about 10 days back, about 13 days back. Somebody whom I knew briefly about 2 months back, I met up with him, and I came to know that he's no more because he committed suicide. And then it was like a shock. How come somebody can do that? But the reality is the stress that is there by the external environment is catching on to people. So if you are anywhere, whichever part of the world, whatever circumstances are there, make sure that you are not alone. And when I am telling you this, make sure that you are finding someone, and you are getting to speak to him or her, and making sure that your life is worth living. Like there is a reason why you are here in this planet, and there is a reason why you are hearing this. Otherwise you could be hearing anything. You could have been tuned into any other program, right? So make sure that this is the divine voice that is speaking to you. Make sure Achyut itself means God, the word of God. Achyut is the name of Lord Krishna,
Krishna,
right?
right.
And I am so glad, Achyut, that you shared such wonderful 5 elements. So before we leave, guys, again I will repeat the 5 things which Achyut has shared with us. And first is, you got to have the adaptability, like the ability to reinvent yourself. And I took some notes, Achyut, right? So
Thank you.
the second thing is the predictability. You got to have that predictability. So along with the adaptability, and the predictability is important. Third is the action. You got to be in action orientation. The mindset should be in action. Like Napoleon said, that he won all his battles twice, first in the mind, then on the ground.
Wow.
So
Absolutely.
you got to be in that action orientation, first in the mind. The fourth thing that Achyut has shared today with us is that you need to be in the right company, in the right association, in the right mentorship with the right coach. If you are listening to the wrong people, if you are watching some wrong programs which are pulling you down, then you know what to do. And the fifth thing is, take action, follow through. Don't just sit back on your ass. Get in action, buddy. So this is Neeraj Kapoor signing off. Thanks, Achyut, once again. Have a great day, guys, whichever part of the world you are in. Good morning, good evening, or good night. Shabak Khair, Hare Krishna. Namaskar. फिर मिलेंगे next episode. All the best.
Thank you.